So this video is meant to be short and sweet. It's not meant to be an exhaustive demonstration video on how to set up effectively for a conventional deadlift, nor is it meant to be a video overviewing how to effectively set a brace employing the Valsalva maneuver. If you're struggling with any of those and you're lacking proficiency in those arenas, check out the links in the bio, click through to the instructional videos I've done on both of those topics already. This video assumes that you already know how to set up effectively for a conventional deadlift, as well as how to set an effective brace employing the Valsalva maneuver. Now it comes down to the details. The details are important. You got to pay attention to the big things, such as the basics of setup, but you also have to pay attention to the little things if you want to continue to move progressively heavier loads over time and maximize your individual physical capacity and relative potential, as well if you want to mitigate risk of injury. So here's a mistake that I often see when individuals send me their deadlift videos. Either they completely forget to set an effective brace, very common, or they set it at the wrong time, or conversely, they let the brace go at the wrong time. So let's keep this super simple. When you're moving this weight, you must set an effective brace. You must employ the Valsalva maneuver before the load leaves the floor. You must maintain said brace throughout the entire repetition. If you're doing multiple repetitions, you should effectively reset the brace between repetitions. And the most efficient way to do that, the most effective way to do so while mitigating risk of injury, is to reset said brace when the weight has returned to the ground. It takes an extra 1 to 2 seconds. It's not going to ruin your set, and it's going to ensure that not only are you creating that effective brace, you're creating that 360-degree diaphragmatic pressure, that intra-abdominal pressure that is going to create that cylindrical support for the spine and prove protective to the spine under load. But you're also going to ensure that you're not losing that brace or creating a suboptimal mechanical position under load. If, for example, you were to grab this weight and lift it, as so many people do, so they get into position, their setup is effective, they forget to set a brace, their positioning is not optimal. Their back is not going to be in the best position possible in consideration of a neutral spine, and they're not going to have adequate tension through the mid and upper back to support that load. Then what they do is they try and set the brace at the top of the lift. For some reason, people find it much more comfortable to either set the brace at the top or allow the brace to go at the top. Well, it's very challenging to create that 360-degree diaphragmatic pressure under load. In fact, it's near impossible, especially if you're relatively strong. So even if you get the weight up to the top without injuring yourself, which is not something you really want to risk as the load gets heavier, but it's unlikely that should you desire to attempt to set an effective brace at the top that you'll actually be able to. The other issue people run into is they get into position and they set up effectively. They set their brace and they let the brace go. You do not want to let the brace go under load, as it will put an incredible amount of stress on your spine, increasing risk of injury dramatically. Both of those strategies, which are commonly employed, either forgetting to set the brace from the beginning and trying to set it at the top of the lift, or letting the brace go at the top of the lift as you set it down, both are incorrect. Set the brace effectively from the bottom, maintain it through to the top of the lift, keep that brace for the extra 2 seconds it's going to take to put the bar back down, and then reset the brace effectively at the bottom as such. Hopefully that offers you a little bit of relative clarification and improves not only your proficiency of execution of the lift, but ensures that your risk of injury is mitigated moving forward and you can continue to make incredible progress on the deadlift.